Howdy. How are you? It's been a minute, like over a year. I know. Okay, so I'm gonna catch you up and you're gonna have to excuse the mess. I have been painting. And also I've ordered a mic because I'm gonna be back on YouTube. But I wanted to just kind of catch up with what has been going on and why I disappeared. There's no reason why I disappeared. Not really. Life, life, I'm sure it's happening to you as well. But some of you are just more adult than I am because, yeah, I'm really not good at adulting. And when things start getting a little chaotic, I just kind of lose track of things sometimes. Anyway, I'm back. If you are new here, welcome. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. I really like the comments because I like community. And if you are one of my one of my subscribers who's been here for a while, thank you for hanging out with me again. And I'm really gonna try to do better. And who knows, maybe this time I actually will do better. I think I will because I have a different mindset now, and I'm gonna get to that here in just a minute. And I've got notes because I don't wanna forget any of the important bits to cover. First thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna rewind, and that is to probably not quite a year ago, I got on TikTok. And I really liked TikTok because I could just pick up my phone and start talking. Like I didn't have to put on lipstick. I didn't have to do anything. And I could curse like I do in real life, because I do curse in real life. And for some reason, I feel like I should not do that here on the YouTube, but on the TikTok, I could just completely be myself, and I was. And I got quite the following, actually. I was surprised at how I got quite a lot. For me, I thought it was a lot. I think I have about 25,000 followers over there. And I don't post over there right now. Beside the point, well, it's sort of beside the point. So I got on TikTok, and then, let's see, come around the end of October of 2024, I quit smoking. And I'm super proud of that because I've smoked off and on since I was like 13. And I quit for 10 years, and then I got really stressed out with the art history class when I was at university, and that ended my 10-year streak. And I decided that I was gonna quit again, so I did the day before Halloween. So, quit smoking. Mind you, the timing on this. Shortly after that, I don't know if you remember this, but the first week or so in November, we had sort of a major event that did not go the way I was hoping it would go. I'll leave it at that. Across the board, pretty much. I'm from Texas. So pretty much did not go the way I wanted it to go. Anyway, as I said, I quit smoking, and when I would smoke, I would go out to the back porch and sit down and smoke outside, which is great. I got outside every day. It gave me lots of sunshine, which I need because I have seasonal affective disorder. And if you don't know what that means, it just means there's some of us that in spite of our fair skin, we have to have the sunlight to keep our mood from going into hell. And so I quit going outside because if I went outside, it made me want to smoke, and didn't want to smoke, so I didn't go outside. And then things just kept tumbling worse. You know how that happens? Just like boom, 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 boom. Until it was pretty much, I was just not a happy person. And so I got off TikTok. I pretty much I wouldn't say I quit life, but I was just sort of hunkering down and not really socializing much, whether on this kind of thing, social media, or really a whole lot even in person. And the holidays have always been difficult for me after my kids grew up, because that's why I did the holidays and I miss my kids every year because they're all grown up and they're all doing their own things, and so I don't always get to see all of them, and really getting all of them together is just almost impossible. So it was difficult. Come January, I finally started feeling better, and I was pulling myself out of this, and I had found a way to start getting outside a little bit, because we had actually had a pretty mild winter here. So I was able to get outside a little bit, and I wasn't, really struggling with the quitting smoking thing as bad as I was in the beginning, obviously. And so I was getting out a little bit, things were going better. I was finally kind of, feeling pretty decent again. And then the first week or so in February, for the first time, I got COVID. COVID itself was not that bad for me, and I'm very grateful for that. It was like a mild flu. My flu normally is way worse. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna breeze right through this. Wrong. As soon as I got over the symptoms of COVID, which, like I said, weren't that bad. The worst thing was I actually felt half decent, but after COVID, after I got over the symptoms, suddenly I just was tired, and the fatigue just got steadily worse. It was getting worse and worse for probably a week, and then it just stayed in the gutter. Like, I had no energy, and even saying this, it doesn't sound like I'm not describing it well at all. The exhaustion, the absolute 100% all-consuming exhaustion from my long COVID was horrible. So that kicked my butt for probably 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I finally started feeling better and coming out of it. It took me a while. It took me a couple weeks to really start feeling myself again. And if I overdid it, I really knew it. Like the smallest thing, and I would be right back. Like, I can't move. So because I hadn't been doing anything because of all of that, I was really down on myself because I hadn't been doing anything, and I was really putting a lot of pressure on myself to come in and paint and create masterpieces, right? Like I was like, this is your job. You have to get to the studio. You have to get to work. And I had just moved into this particular studio. I'm back at Silver Street at Sawyer Yards in Houston, if you happen to know Houston. I had moved over the silos, and I was there for a year. That was not the best choice for me. I am now back at Silver Street. I'm in a great location. I love it here, and I'm staying put. I love this studio. But I got the studio at the end of January, and of course I was sick and couldn't do anything. So in fact, my open house was the week I got sick. At any rate, it's been great. I love my studio. But I couldn't get myself to come in and really paint. What I could do, paint like paintings, like paintings. What I could do, and what I finally just decided I had to do, was to stop trying to create work and come in and just play, have a good time, get messy, do whatever I felt like doing. If I felt like, painting or painting papers or collaging or whatever it was I felt like doing, I could just do it and play and have a good time. And I was not in the slightest worried about any end product. I wasn't worried about, am I going to make something that's worth making? I just created. I just played. I played and had a good time. And I'm like, I have all of these art supplies. You wouldn't believe the art supplies I have. I have all these art supplies, and I have all of this paper. I have some cool paper. I have all this stuff. I'm just gonna pull it out and I'm gonna play. And so I set up my space at home, and I set up my space here, and I spent a lot of time just playing. So play changed everything for me. I have now started painting again, and I'm really excited about it. And my painting is playing. And I'm going to talk more about that in another video, because it is completely changed my perspective and my energy level and my sense of satisfaction with my work and my excitement about coming into the studio. And as it turns out, I actually came up with some pretty cool things while I was playing. Some pretty cool, fun pieces of art that make me happy that are on paper, and I love them. And I will show those to you very soon. In fact, we're gonna make some soon. Probably my next video, we're gonna take some of the stuff that I've been making and we're gonna make something with it. We're gonna take a bunch of painted papers and we're gonna do some collaging together. If y'all wanna come hang out with me, that would be great. But I wanted to mention one other thing. I did watch YouTube a lot while I was not feeling well. Jackie Bernardi has been amazing. If you don't follow her, you should totally follow her. But there's a new YouTube creator. She just started January 1st of this year, 2025. And her name is Sheree Burlington. And I simply can't tell you enough good stuff about this woman. She is the reason why I am back here on YouTube. She just completely inspired me. And the reason is because she made me, one, she does beautiful art, absolutely beautiful art. But way more than that, she has the most delightful outlook. And I know that she probably has struggles, just like all of us, right? But the thing is that she's so genuine. She's so just, here I am, I'm showing up, and I invite you to come hang out with me. I absolutely love that. I cannot begin to tell you how much I love that. She is so just herself. She just shows up. It's glorious. And it reminded me why I love TikTok so much, because I could just show up. And what I realized, if Sheree can just show up here on YouTube, not have everything perfectly curated, not have a script in line, not have all the things perfectly done. If she can do it, I can too. And her laugh is infectious. Her personality is infectious. She's just a delight. And again, she's just so real. And I really appreciate that. And I realized that there are probably a lot of you that really appreciate that. She does it very well. I'm probably not, because I'm going to be constantly stopping myself from saying curse words. There's that. But I still think you're going to like this version much better, because I did put on lipstick though. I don't know why. I just thought, today's a good day to put on lipstick. Yeah. So I want this channel to be about that kind of freedom. I want to talk with you about my art process. I want to talk with you about suggestions that I have, things that I'm learning as I'm going, often the hard way, because that's how I learn things. I hope you are better than I am at that, but I typically learn things the hard way, like this whole putting so much pressure on myself to create finished pieces. The work, you have to show up to get the work done. But I also have to remember that being an artist is supposed to be fun, and I'm supposed to be having a good time with this. And not all of it's going to be fun, but most of it, the making of the art, should be fun, and not this big sense of obligation and responsibility and pressure and all of that stuff, because it's not good for me, and the art isn't good when I come at it from that approach. So I want this channel to be about freedom and fun and playing, and I want to share some of my insights with you. I want to do some art on paper. I want to do some art on canvas if you'd like. I can show you around the studio sometime if you'd like. I want to talk about stuff that's real. I want to just build a community of people who, we know we can accept each other just the way we are. That's what I want. And we can encourage each other just the way we are and show up for one another. So I do want to do a quick shout out to Kim and some of my other friends that I also feel like I kind of abandoned them when I left a year ago, but I'm back. So yeah, I've missed y'all so much. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you'll join me on this journey. If you want to learn a little art, I do abstract expressionism, and I'm doing almost exclusively non-representational these days, although I have been doing portraits for many years. So I've done a lot of portrait work and a lot of realism, but mostly portraits. I could show you some of that too. I've got it scattered all about here. But this is part of my new series back here. I've already sold a few pieces, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 pieces in the new series right now, and I've got 4 more on the table that you can't see that I'm about to like explode all over and embark on. So if you'd like to come along for that, I'd love to have you. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, and glad to be back. Bye.